Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am very much pained by this situation of the floods because I come from Garissa. As much as I'm a nominated member of parliament, I represent the people of Garissa as well. And in November last year, Masinga Dam released the water, which carried away the road that connects Garissa Madogo. We lost lives. We also had the impact in terms of increase in the prices of the food. The Cabinet Secretary, one Kipchumba Murkomen, ignored the plight of Garissa people. He did not even bother to come to the scene. After 2 months is when we received Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, and we thank him for that. If the Cabinet Secretary for Roads had acknowledged the challenge we had the last time, we would not have the same issue recurring today. 2 days ago, the road that now turned into a river, the residents were forced to cross using a boat, which ended up capsizing. It had carried 53 people. 25 of those 53 people have died. Incidentally, Maimahiu happened a day after. We have all seen how the executive and the national government has responded. So I ask, while I stand in this house, do Garissa people not matter? Because the president even showed up today. The media was also highlighting the people who've died, but nothing about Garissa was highlighted. And it pains me because as a young person, I keep asking myself this question: when will we stop seeing the strategic marginalization or ignoring the people of Garissa and Tana River, because they were also affected? The media refused to name them by name, so I will stand here to name them. Shuraim Daoud was in that boat. Mustafa Bashir was in that boat. Leila Guhad was in that boat. Ibrahim Badi, known as Abuja, was in that boat. Abdiqani Mahamoud was in that boat. Mariam Hassan was in that boat. Omar Dahir was in that boat. Osman Hilo and Yahya Dekho and other names that have not even received, because we don't even know who's missing. It is just 2 hours ago that Kenya Navy was deployed to go and look for the dead bodies. What are we going to do with dead bodies? And we are going to just move on. So I am asking for heads to roll. And I call on to Kipchumba Murkomen to resign from his position because he has failed. He has failed. We have seen what has happened in other departments in his ministry. Not just the roads, it has happened in the airports, it's happening across the country. Why is he still in office? Because he's not serving the interests of Kenyans. Or who does he respond to if not the public? It pains me as a young person while I stand on this floor, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I condole with the people across the country who've lost lives and whose crops have also been impacted, because the farmers of Garissa are also crying. I wonder what will be done. Are we just going to sit on and watch this as it happens? Because when I look at the allocation of budgets, still from the ministry, and even how this house has appropriated, I would want to know. 2 billion shillings, 1.6 billion shillings were put for other counties. But Garissa County only received 44 million shillings. Sorry, 100 million shillings. In the current allocation, we only have zero allocation. So I wonder what we are doing. Garissa and Mandera and Wajir are not receiving the budgets. I really, really want to understand what is happening in this house and what is happening in the Ministry of Transport to understand if he actually cares about the people of Garissa. And I want to ask the President to visit his people. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Member for Marsabit.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.